Hey guys, Colin here from Zcure.com. Today I'm going to be showing you the Axis P3367-V fixed dome network camera. The P3367 series of cameras from Axis are 5 megapixel resolution dome network cameras. They stream at 12 frames per second, and the model I'll be showing you today is the -V part number, which is vandal proof. So the P3367 series from Axis comes in 3 different cameras. The camera without the V on the end, which is an indoor camera. The camera with the -V on the end of the model number, that's the vandal-proof one that I'll be showing you today. And the -VE, which is the vandal-proof environmental camera, which is designed to go outdoors. Holding on the cover of this vandal-proof camera are 2 security screws. I'm going to remove those right now and show you what it looks like inside. With the cover off, you'll see that the camera is a beautiful single-piece unit there with no circuit boards exposed. That's one of my favorite things about these Axis dome cameras, is that they're really hard to break or damage because of how well they're enclosed inside the housing. If we take a look at the front of the camera inside, you'll see that there's an Ethernet port followed by your audio in and audio out jacks, as well as your alarm input and output jack. On the back of the camera, you'll see that there's an SD card slot if you want to use edge storage or onboard storage like some people call it. And you can also connect a heater blower kit here if you're using the outdoor version of this dome. The lens on this camera looks pretty robust, and that's because it has a built-in zoom and remote focus feature, which is really nice to use. To aim this camera, they've made it almost as easy as the remote zoom and remote focus by just having 3 set screws that you need to loosen, and then you can twist the camera whichever way you need to and up and down to aim it. Now that you've seen the camera, let me tell you what I really like about it and what I really don't like about it. First off, the remote zoom and remote focus feature in the P3367 series of cameras is extremely nice. What I really like is the remote zoom feature, which the fixed version of this camera, which is the P1347, doesn't have. It only has a remote focus, and it's extremely nice to be able to zoom it as well. The P3367 has a slightly larger image sensor than the P1347, which is the fixed version of this camera. What that gives it is a slightly better low light performance capability. So if you're trying to decide between the fixed camera and the dome camera, and it's going to be going outdoors or in an area where it needs good low light performance, I would definitely recommend going with the dome camera. So what I don't like about this camera. So the one thing I don't like about the P3367 camera, and it really goes for most of the Axis dome cameras in this series, is that the lens selection is very limited. It comes with a built-on lens that has the autofocus or the remote focus and remote zoom, and because of that you can't change the lens, which means you can't use it for longer shots, which makes me have to switch to the fixed version of this camera, the P1347, and then I no longer have the remote zoom capability, and I also need to put in a big bulky housing which doesn't look as nice. So for that reason, I really don't like the lens on this camera and wish that they'd release either a second version of it that has a longer zoom capability or an interchangeable lens, which I understand might be hard to do. So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys liked seeing the Axis P3367. If you have any questions about the camera, feel free to email me, colin@zcure.com. Otherwise, check out Zcure.com for more great info. And by the way, I'll be linking to a review that I did of the P1347, the fixed version of this camera, if you want to check that out as well.